So, what are we going to talk about in this video? What is inflation? Real examples. How you feel it in real life. What interest rate means. How inflation is calculated and who controls it. Sounds boring, it's not. This is your real life. Inflation is not a difficult word. People use this word all the time, especially when something feels uncomfortable. But most people don't really understand it. Inflation is when you have the same money, but it is not enough anymore for the same thing. For example, you go to the store, you buy the same food as before, but suddenly your money is not enough. And this does not happen in one day. It happens slowly. A little more expensive today, a little more next month, a little more in 6 months. Let's imagine. I live in Poland right now, so I will use simple numbers. You earn 5,000 zloty. You spend about 2,500 on life. Rent, food, basics, and you save a little. Everything feels fine. But here's the problem. Your salary goes up maybe once a year, or not at all, but prices go up all the time. 1 year later, you still earn 5,000, but now rent is 1,300, food is 1,400. Same money, but life is more expensive. How does inflation feel? You don't think this is inflation. You feel food is more expensive. You save slower. Money disappears faster. And even mentally, you feel like you can afford less. Now let's talk about interest rates. Interest rate is the price of money. If you take 1,000, 5% you return 1,050. 10% you return 1,100. So how is this connected to inflation? Simple. The easier it is to take a loan, the more people spend. When loans are cheap, people borrow more, people spend more, prices go up, inflation goes up. So, inflation is not someone's fault, it's also how we behave. When loans are expensive, people borrow less, people spend less, prices slow down, inflation goes down. But here is a very important moment. When inflation goes down, prices do not go down. They just grow slower. Inflation is like speed. But the car is still moving. Prices are still going up. When the price go down, this is called deflation. For example. But this is rare and not good for the economy. Why don't price go down? Because business does not want to lose money. Salaries don't go down easily. Costs stay high. So prices go up fast and then just slow down. Now the question. Why do banks give loans? If people take loans, does it mean they already have money? Not really. Banks check. Can you pay every month? So, you don't have money now, but you have income. And the bank gives you your future money. And here is the trap. You feel like I can afford more, but in reality, you are spending your future, and it is very hard to get out of this. When inflation is high, banks increase rates, loans become expensive, people stop borrowing, spending goes down, inflation slows down. One more important thing. How inflation is calculated. It is not random. There is something called consumer basket. This includes food, housing, transport, clothes, services. They compare prices 1 year ago, prices now, and calculate the difference. In Poland, Statistics Poland calculated inflation, and National Bank of Poland controls it. Interesting fact. Even if inflation is 3%, your personal inflation can be 10%. If you spend more on food and rent, This is not everything I wanted to say. In part 2, I will talk about why inflation happens, real country examples, can inflation disappear, and what tricks our mind. Are you interested? Write in comments and tell me what you want me to explain.